All right, and we're live. Welcome to the Shaka Bra and Mr. Sunshine Show.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up? I put the link in the Crypto 101 chat if anybody else might join us, but we shall see.
Uh, I know in the couple of groups I'm in, I was checking them throughout the day, and it was just unless they're short, and it was just crying over Terra Luna and Bitcoin breaking down, and you know,
Mm, Buy the bear and sell the bull.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, not financial advice. I wouldn't be buying large positions right now, but I would be looking to build positions right now.
Yeah,
Um,
DCA in some projects and maybe get some stable coins and just take it easy, but like build some positions, stay away from some, you know, not gonna swear poop coins. I swore too much yesterday, and I got flagged on it.
oh, really?
It's a partial monetization if you you swear too much. So I don't know how other guys get away with it.
Wasn't there like a 18 and over monetization tier?
Yeah, but if you swear too much or talk about illicit things, then um, you're only partially monetized.
Did you get knocked
Even if
down?
no. It
Just a
just it
warning.
gives yeah, just a
Yeah.
slight warning and content and
Try and
uh
keep it PG-17.
yeah, pretty much. So it is what it is. So I'm just trying to get some of my stuff in a row for tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, because uh, it is what it is. Consequences and repercussions of past mistakes.
Yeah, but I mean, I've always said this about cancel culture is like how do you progress and grow as a civilization, a society, a community, and as a person if you don't allow that room, you know?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, because there's a few, very few, that actually um, make the change for the better, and like they say, you can do a million good things, but you're judged on that one bad
Yep.
thing, and I've lived with those repercussions for over 20 years, and um, I'm just crossing my fingers, eyes, toes, whatever I can to get through this. So, I mean, it is what it is. If it doesn't work out, then I mean, I've got Plan B and C. So, I mean, it's something that I can't control. It's out of my hands. I believe it's the universe wouldn't have put me in the position I'm in unless it wanted me to succeed. And um, on the way home, I was given a sign somewhat, like because there's always signs around, and I like numbers, and I look at numbers a lot as a sign. And the sign I got today was on a license plate that was right next to me was uh, quad eights, four eights, and that's for infinity signs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to infinity and beyond. I was feeling like Buzz Lightyear a little bit, but uh, I'm not gonna go over it. But yeah, I had quad eights, so uh, I think this
Well, I
is
mean,
my
keep the conviction, keep the moves, keep on that path, you know.
yeah. I mean, I'm remorseful for what I've done, and I've paid my dues, and it's been said, and said my piece, done my time. It is what it is, but life goes on, and if
With or
not,
without you.
yeah, with or without, or yeah. Other than that, it's been a beautiful day, very productive. Went to the gym, did a little bit of workout. I know this is your second stream of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, last one was 2.5 hours.
I try to
So
keep it to 1 hour.
we schedule it for two. So we do a minimum of three. Sometimes we do five.
Hours?
So no streams a week.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn.
No, no, like I mean, like I said, on Tuesday and Thursday we schedule 2 hours. But sometimes just the way things go, and if everybody's hanging out and they want to keep going, we'll keep going for an extra half hour. And today was one of those days. So yeah, 2.5 hours, and then um, we do that again Thursday, same thing, 2 hours. But if we 2.5 is pretty much the max. I'll hard cut the other guy, um, and just literally, kind of go over my shoulder, like, hey man, we hit that 2.5 hour, like we're wrapping it up, no more, that's it, outro time. Fridays usually about an hour, hour and 15, but I'm not on it. I just moderate that stream. And then sometimes we'll do another one on like Monday or Wednesday afternoonish. Same thing though, about an hour long. I just moderate. I'm not on camera or anything. And then twice a month we do another one on Wednesdays, and that's also about an hour, but I'm on stream for those two. So minimum three, maximum like seven. But they're in different places. So like the ones we like the extra ones we do on like a Monday, Wednesday, or even sometimes Fridays, just on the not Tuesday, Thursday days. Um, they'll be like we'll be on someone else's stream sometimes, or we're hosting someone else on our stream. Um, so, but they're fun. I enjoy them. It's nice hanging out with everybody. It's nice seeing something different. It's always a little different, whether it's a different person, a different subject. So it's enjoyable. But man, 2.5 hours, and I mean, I start prepping around 2:30 to 3 o'clock. So if it's from start to finish, it could be 2:30 to 7:30. It's because it's a whole production to get everything that we do set
Yeah.
up.
How many viewers do
And
you guys have usually?
combined 100,
Damn.
ish. It drops off because we have it in sections. So for the first, like, I'd say hour is like kind of our prime, and I'd say we average about yeah, 90 to 100. We've hit 150 before, but with everything going on, like once tax season rolls around, consumer spending usually dips. And now with inflation and everything's more expensive, people are doing a little less online shopping. So we did see a bit of a dip, but I mean, I track all of our numbers, and compared to last year, like we're doing so much better. So we've been like kind of plateauing. We were hitting like 110, 120 consistently. Now we drop down, 90 to 100 consistently, and then it trails off. And but I mean, by the end of the stream, we still have like 50, 60 viewers, and they're with us like most of them from start to finish. So
Damn. I need to
yeah,
get an audience. How do I get an audience? I guess I'm not entertaining enough and not enough knowledge and education.
it's all that
Eventually.
algorithm, man. That's
Yeah.
literally
Just
all that algorithm. I mean, marketing. Start reaching out to other streamers with like a little bit bigger of a following. Try and collab with them, get featured on their stream.
yeah. Well, we just gotta just I guess keep cleaning
It's
it
a
out.
process, man. It takes
Yeah.
time, especially if you want consistent, organic, actual support. You know,
Yeah.
that takes time. And like, we're in a bear market, dude. It's so quiet out there. Like 3, 4 weeks ago, I noticed a huge drop off in all the chats I'm in. No, I mean Drip is still doing Drip thing, and most people are pretty consistent there because it's a DeFi protocol. So not that it's irrelevant of a bull or a bear market, but there it's a longer term play, and there's more consistently going on. With layer ones or layer twos, it's like, hey, we're gonna like look at ETH. How long has it been? They were supposed to push that update last June. It's still not rolled out. Like, those projects just take a lot longer of time. There's more to them, and
It's holding at 19, which is nice.
I'm honestly surprised in a couple ways that it's holding, because there hasn't been a huge increase in volume. I mean, there's been a spike for sure, but not a considerable one. So that tells me that, like I had surmised, is that people who are they're forced to claim, they're not selling. They're putting it in another wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they're probably selling some and they have sold some, but now that the project is at these levels, there's no
Why
incentive.
would you? Yeah, there's no
There's
incentive
no
to sell.
incentive to sell.
Exactly, and I feel the same way. Oh man, that beat. Whew, what a day!
Yeah, man, it's
Exhausted.
a
I did.
little
I
a
did a.
little late too.
Yeah, I did a mile and a quarter walk after work, and then a quick little half-hour workout. Just I don't want to like get in the pattern or the habit of not going. So like still push myself a little bit at the end of the day to get, even though like I did like 11,000 steps today on my step counter at work. So I wanted to just push a little bit more because I do want to drop that weight. I want to like be healthy and happy and fit.
Oh yeah,
So
man, I
yeah.
feel that. Definitely the healthy and happy part for sure. That's
Yeah.
as has an effect on every aspect of life, not
Yeah.
just working out and stuff, like mental, spiritual,
Yeah.
it affects
Oh,
all
I
of
got a
that.
new book today too. Hold on, let me get it. Because since we're on that subject. So I ordered this book right here.
I can't see him on a small screen. I'm on my phone, so
It's the
it's uh
Art of Alchemy,
okay.
and it talks about like in the beginning, just where is it? Chapter 1, just about the spiritual and inner alchemy. It's more about that, like manifestation and um, just I haven't even started. I just read the what is it the introduction and how the guy started to write the book. But it's what I like to read about. What's his name? Toth, and how like they were talking about like esoteric teachings and how it was it started from like the Egyptians and like Buddha and like we
Oh, the
don't even
Zen
know where.
lunatics.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. Like it's not about turning metal into gold. It's just like the inner verse and the outer verse kind of a thing.
I mean,
So
alchemy spans beyond physical materials. It works for energy, it works for thought. It's not just things that you can actually touch.
we got Dr. Greenbeard's in the chat. He's like, look at all that drip. Yeah, I was trying to post it. I think he might hop on because he's not viewing it. But yeah, I'm about to compound into my 1,000 max payout.
Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, you're gonna hit that pretty soon.
Yeah, I could deposit it right now, but I'm not gonna deposit it yet. Like
Oh, why not?
I got 4 drip. I'm gonna hold on to that. Maybe I'm gonna airdrop my team.
Ah, okay. I didn't, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of
I
maybe
just
hold on
I've
to
been
it.
pulling, I pull from my garden, so that's where my extra drip comes from.
Well, that's where
So
it came from.
okay.
But I was thinking of like doing a show and like maybe doing some giveaways in the future. So hold on to it for now to do giveaways. to entice people to come on the show and or not, just to watch. Like, I'm gonna hook up, some more people with it, and just and hopefully when it goes up, we can do some more giveaways.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause that's
gonna
how,
airdrop my buddy that signed up.
yeah, that's what's up. He says he's about to hop on the live. All right, it's
Nice.
it's good to have, like, if we can get him and me, you, him, and some other people on the live, it help grow it, like you said, organically.
Yeah, and I mean, I think actually someone, if you want to kind of do some more research into building a following and stuff, Mr. Beast, man, he knows his stuff when it comes to YouTube. Because it's all about the algorithm. That's
Yeah,
that's what that's 90, I'd say 90% of gaining any kind of YouTube following popularity is, manipulating the algorithm. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean making it work for you, I guess would be a better way to put it.
yeah. Well, just the word manipulation has like negative,
Yeah, that's why,
connotation with it. Yeah,
but I
it's
mean, alchemy, there's manipulation in alchemy. It's not necessarily a negative thing, but it has that
yeah.
connotation for sure. But no, making the algorithm work for you, um, a lot of market research essentially, um, kind of SEO kind of stuff,
Where is that drip?
keywords, another big thing,
Yeah, SEO.
because because basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to get into the feed on the side of the screen when someone's watching a video. You want to be one of the suggested videos to the right. That's your goal. That's how you start building.
Kind of. Do you have the link for the Dripopedia?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Dang. Hold on. If you can find it.
No, like I said, I'm on my phone,
Wiki.
so I only got I only got so much access here.
Yeah. Let me see if he's in the lobby. Do this. Give me one sec. There he is. Hey, welcome. Sorry.
What's that?
I said welcome.
Oh, let me turn down my. It got real loud for a second. Look at
Oh,
you, with
sorry.
your little sexy microphone with your little speaker strap thing on in your headset and all that shit. Look
Hey,
at you,
try to keep it real, bro.
little baby, all grows up.
Yeah.
Dude, that looks good on you.
Thank you. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to keep it, 100. Yeah. Trying to pull up some info here real quick.
Very inferior when I sit here and you got this 997.844 drip in my face.
Trying to be inspiring, man. Here we go.
Pulsating in my face.
Pulsating.
Then I look back, I'm all right, well, let me look at my drip and I'll feel good about myself.
I'm waterboarding you with that drip.
Get out of me right now because I look at mine. Hold on, let me connect my wallet here.
Oh, he had a bounce. Double bottom, maybe. Oh, that's rough. That's rough there.
And I look at my drip and I'm like, yo, I'm sitting strong at 13.191. And I'm like, yeah.
Hey, one drip at a time, bro.
That's
more than anybody who's not in it.
Well, hey, see, that's probably one of the smartest things I've heard said today. But no, like seriously, like people don't realize. Like when I first started, dude, it was 6.2 was my drip, and it's literally more than doubled that, and it's been less than 100 days.
And that's the trick: is you compound daily, let it grow. So,
well, I can understand where it's like none of this stuff's ever taught in school. So for me, it's like it's not that I can't learn it. Like I'm able to grab it after a few sessions with you. All right, I have a higher IQ. I'm blessed. But I can understand where some people get completely lost to the point there isn't a teacher out there good enough to help some of the people that are going to be out there. Like, think about your dad and how your parents are trying to use fucking email. And now imagine those same people trying to get on the crypto wave and trying to understand different wallets and cold wallets and NFTs and this and that. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
It's space age technology to them.
Well,
It's alien stuff.
yeah, well, I guarantee there's been at least one death that can be attributed to some poor senior out there who just overloaded their brain and chess piece trying to figure this shit out. Some guy was sitting there thinking, how the fuck do these kids buy angry apes and make all this money? And he was trying to figure it out, and it just didn't work.
Self-combustion.
Hey,
I read.
I worried about that shit.
Well, I saw a guy today. He killed his girlfriend, and he had to end up having a heart attack burying her.
Wow.
Okay. Jeez.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
That's wild for sure.
Oh, was that Florida?
I don't know. I just
mean-
caught the highlight of it.
I'd say it's a good place to assume.
Can you click where it says roadmap on the left?
On mine?
Yeah, no, on the screen right now we're looking at where it says Dripedia, how you have it clicked on team, and right above it
Yeah.
it says roadmap.
So this is a Dripopedia. So this is like everything that Forex Shark has done. And so here, 2022, this is where we're at. So what's next is the lottery. Will be next, the scratcher ticket. But if you look,
Where are we at right now on that roadmap? Like, because you know how you told me about roadmaps. Well, I've been looking at some. It's weird because some of the projects I've seen, the roadmap is like a fucking roadmap. Like, you can see exactly where the project is as it pertains to the roadmap. And then other ones, you read the roadmap and then you look at the project and it's like they don't make any sense. It's like the roadmap's written in fucking Swahili compared to what you see showing up on the screen.
Swahili?
Isn't that a language? Isn't Swahili what your parents used to say and shit when you would say something silly?
Fuck, yeah.
That's what my mom used to say. She'd be like, stop speaking Swahili. And I'd be like, all right, shit.
No, that's an African language.
I know, right? It's like one of those weird African countries that nobody knows about,
what's up, Christian?
apparently.
It's a language.
What's up?
It's an area.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, we figured we hopped
Yeah,
on.
man.
We were going to learn some shit. Figure the more people
No.
hop on, the more people learn some shit.
Yeah, no, like we're talking about crypto, talking about drip, talking about whatever it is that comes to mind. Yeah, so this is the roadmap. Let's see. Hold on. So
I still don't
Is
even
it-
understand what we did earlier. I celebrated it. I went and ate tacos, and I still don't really understand what it did.
so what we did earlier is you had a liquidity pair. Drip. Hold on one sec. So
Oh, there you go. There's the screen we were fucking around on.
yeah, so what it was you had a liquidity pair. Well, I don't have any tokens in my pool right now. I cashed it out. But what it is you're taking one token and you're combining it with another one and putting it in like a pool with other people doing the same thing. And giving it a little bit of liquidity to support itself. And you're pairing it with a stable, which is the BUSD or BNB.
Okay.
And if Jesse wants to explain a little bit more, he can too. Like where he's trying to school him on LPs.
I mean, you give a nice overview of it. Yeah, you're basically adding liquidity to a pool that in turn should help, depending on what the pool is using it for, to generate some type of revenue. Yeah, I guess that would be the best.
Like a liquidity asset, like consider it an asset.
Yeah. So I mean, like one of the most common uses of a liquidity pool is borrowing. or using for arbitrage. So you're doing short-term loans with it. And that's kind of the backing power of those.
Okay, well, let me ask you this too, because that's a question I've been having. Like, obviously, all of this is based upon this currency being loaned and it being paid back with interest in whatever. Who are we? Who is this money being loaned to?
Anybody
smart
who's
contract.
using, anybody who's using PancakeSwap. So if someone wants to sell their BNB for BUSD, they can use liquidity from a pool. If somebody wants to take a short-term loan, they could use liquidity from a pool. And then there's fees that are generated through every transaction that get paid back to the stakers or the people who deposited into the pool.
So kind of like if you go to a bank and you start a savings account, so your savings account would be like almost like you're pairing your fiat into that savings account into the bank's pool, and they pay the whatever percent dividends.
Gotcha. Understand.
Point
I mean,
0.2%.
If that
0.02. Yeah, I mean, that's the
Yeah,
best way to explain
0.02.
it.
Sorry, 0.02%.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to explain it. It's like your fiat is going into a pool. You know what I mean? For that bank. So like
But in
like
the
every
difference
bank's
of that is the bank makes all the money in that one. I don't get shit except my little
yeah. So
0.00.
every bank is a
Yeah.
different pool, but it's all fiat. You know what I mean? And everyone pays different percentages. So that's kind of like you shop like at a bank, which one or a credit union, which pool you want to go into.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then you would consider like the faucet almost like a CD where it's locked away, but in the faucet it's locked permanently and you're getting it drip back. Like when you buy a CD, it's locked for whatever it is, 5 years, 10 years, whatever CD you buy.
Gotcha.
Do you have any
Yeah, I
questions,
mean, you
Christian?
can kind of.
Christian, you got any questions?
No, I'm just listening.
Hey, Johnson's got one.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Thank you though.
yeah.
What's all the hoopla about Darrow? What does that mean?
Darrow.
About Darrow?
Yeah, DERO. Pirate ship.
I know Dioro, the DJ.
What is it? DERO?
Do you know anything about Jeff Berwick? Crypto Vigilantes?
Why?
So like
Darrow Coin, you mean?
The Ethereum's like it's a pirate chain. I mean, I'm fucking so fucking green. Can't even. I shouldn't be speaking right now.
Well, no,
Well,
I'm just wondering if you're talking about like Darrow, the crypto coin.
Yes.
No, but I'll look into it.
I just looked it up quick.
Crypto Vigilante. Jeff.
It's
I mean, so it's basically like a privacy coin, privacy protocol for dApps.
privacy protocol.
Yeah. Which is kind of an interesting
I don't
space.
have a question. Just want to start a conversation. Learn more.
Well, it's interesting in the sense that there's kind of a gray area right now. We've seen it with Binance, we've seen it with KuCoin, where so I mean, think of it in the way of like Silk Road. Like Silk Road, you didn't shut down the internet to stop Silk Road, because there's some place you can go to stop Silk Road from happening.
I don't think they know
In
what Silk
terms
Road
of-
is first.
Yeah, we do. We're aware of Silk
no,
Road.
we're good.
We know
Okay, I
what
just want to make sure.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna. I
Some
figured
people
that
don't.
much.
Road.
So, I mean, if he was bringing up a privacy protocol and you know, stuff like that, I kind of had a suspicion. So, yeah, you didn't have to shut down the internet to stop Silk Road. So an issue right now in blockchain is that if you are a blockchain supporting illicit activities, they can shut down the entire blockchain if it's not decentralized enough. But if it's decentralized enough, kind of like how everybody running a Bitcoin node is supporting the Bitcoin network, so in theoretically, it would be impossible to shut down Bitcoin as long as there's one node that's running, because it captures the entire history of the blockchain, of the entire history of Bitcoin and every transaction that ever took place. So it seems like what they're trying to do is build a DApp platform, a decentralized application platform that people can build on that essentially couldn't be shut down. So if you're doing something illegal in one country, they wouldn't be able to shut you down because they kind of wouldn't be able to know who you are. At the same point, they could go to Darrow, and depending on how their network's built, they could just stop Darrow to stop an application. So like Binance had that issue with the hackers, that the hack that happened about 3, 4, 5, probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago.
Excuse me.
And a government agency came to them and say, hey, we want access to this information. And they're like, no. But at some point, they can say, well, we're going to come after Binance for supporting illicit activities or help launder money or anything like that. That's kind of an issue, a gray area issue that still somewhat plagues a lot of cryptocurrencies or blockchains, because you could, like, if a DApp is breaking laws, well, you could just stop the blockchain if it's not decentralized enough. So if you build it decentralized enough and privacy is kind of your goal, you could potentially build a network that, one, can't be stopped, two, can't be shut down, and you couldn't access any of the protocols or dApps that are built that they're trying to come after.
You understand where we're going with this
That's what we're
conversation,
talking
right,
about.
Eric?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So
Because
I
you
guess
you want your platform
what's
to
the
be
fastest way to decentralize your platform to avoid control, if you will, or to allow an entity to gain control, or bots, or you know what I'm saying, a malicious actor.
Well, I mean, bots are kind of I would say, a different aspect, because it's almost like a DDoS attack where it's more of an exploit of the system itself. So that would be more of kind of an on-chain security issue. It wouldn't be so much of like an external entity seizing control by force. I mean, that's the thing about decentralization, is it comes down to how your network is built, how you delegate, quote unquote, like, power to people.
What does that mean?
Is it done through the code? Is that done through the contract code?
Yeah, what does that mean? That's vague.
Yeah, it's literally the infrastructure of whatever network it's built on. So, like, for example, like I said, Bitcoin, anybody who runs a Bitcoin node is helping support the Bitcoin network. In order for any changes to happen to the Bitcoin network, a supermajority of all nodes have to agree on the change and implement it. If a supermajority doesn't happen, then the change doesn't get implemented. Proof of stake, so that's proof of work. Proof of stake, a lot of the control, like, there's a minimum requirement to run a node. So I think for like Solana, the coin Solana, you need to have 100,000 Solana staked to be able to run a node and be a validator of the network. So right there, it's like, that's not really decentralized, because essentially only rich people or people who got in early or whatever, or have insider access, they're the ones kind of running the network, which really isn't decentralized. Hedera Hashgraph, or HBAR, is another one, and they have like a round robin system for people to delegate the network. So they have like a board of directors that you, like Google, Boeing, a bunch of like defense companies, like all these massive companies, universities, hospitals, like, they are on a board of directors and they get chosen kind of like a round robin style, and they do 1 year worth of kind of delegation for the network. So that's not really not decentralized at all, but that's not what they're trying to do. They're not trying to be more decentralized than anybody else. When you like, so Helium Network is proof of,
Where do they try?
or our Pi Network is like proof of viewership. So proof of viewing. So everybody who opens the app and hits mine, they're helping support the network, which is incredibly decentralized.
That's
Hold
where I
on.
want to bring the Canabucks in.
Whoa, time out.
That's the Canabucks right there.
Back up.
Proof of viewing. Tell me more.
So,
I'll slap you right now, Eric. I will chop you up. Like,
I mean, proof of viewing is essentially anybody who can verify themselves as human can help take part in maintaining and growing the network. And the way it works security wise is you basically need, kind of with Drip, how you have buddy codes. And so you get someone who's done enough view of the network that they could invite people and they're trusted enough to add somebody
There we
to the
go.
network.
There's your answer. But that came from where? Stanford, right?
Yeah, that's a Stanford project, or at least Stanford alumni, quite a few of them.
Yeah.
That's what they've worked
But
on.
we can't get.
viewing.
Hey, Christian, real quick, check the private chat. How did he freeze?
I was blowing my smoke towards him, so it might have slowed it down.
Hey, Christian, are you on?
Interest, man. I've never heard of proof of viewing before until literally you just said it, and now I feel like I can't decide if I want to smack Eric or hug Eric. I should just skip away from Eric.
I could do both, man. Smack them, then hug them.
Well, because I can't put the horse in front of the carriage. It takes time. You got to learn everything first, you know?
He just said that there's a concept called proof of viewing. You could have done that. You know you could have done that.
Yeah,
Didn't want to.
at the
okay.
right time.
Timing is crucial. The universe tends to right itself. I definitely agree with
Yeah.
that. Okay.
You on, Christian? Lagging out?
Man, proof of viewing sounds like a
I mean,
fast,
almost
decentralized.
every. So here's the thing, is there's kind of two areas of theoretical problems that blockchain in general aims to solve. The first one is the Byzantine general's dilemma.
Wow.
What?
Old school. The Byzantine general's dilemma.
Yeah, so that's kind of the first main. That's why you want it to be decentralized and trustless. That's kind of one of the main aspects of blockchain and crypto technology that it aims to solve. Which is why like Bitcoin is the perfect thing to replace fiat, because you don't need to trust anybody for the money to be valuable. We all agree that it's valuable. We all operate the network. You know, that's the best solution we have to hard money that can't be altered. You can't print more. You can't change. Like you can't, you know, you don't have that much power over it. The second one, I forget what the actual term is called, but it's basically like out of 3 areas, you're only ever going to get 2. So for example, like the 3 aspects of blockchain is like security, decentralization, and say value. You know, you could add more, but you're never going to get all of them. So if it's cheap and it's scalable, it's not going to be secure. If it's secure and scalable, it's not going to be cheap.
Gotcha.
So a lot of what blockchain aims to do is to solve every problem that could impact whatever it's trying to deal with. So
Gotcha.
for Bitcoin, it's being money. It's being a hard asset. So it needs to be a medium of exchange, a unit of account, and I forget what the third one is. But so it tries to solve all 3 of those. So
Store of value.
yeah, store of value,
Store of value.
a unit of account, and a medium of exchange.
I be learning shit, motherfuckers. I be learning shit.
Yeah, so that's what you know. That's what money. Those are the 3 questions of like when the SEC says like,
Correct.
is this a currency? Is this fiat or is this money? Those are like the 3 questions that they're going to ask.
Is this a security?
Yeah, so that's where they're going to get in with all that kind of stuff. And so that's what Bitcoin aims to do. That's its purpose, is to replace, to become the most hard asset possible.
Kip, Kip.
Um, so
Uh,
like other blockchains like Hedera Hashgraph, they're not trying to be money. They're not trying to replace money. They're trying to solve other problems. You have, what's it, Thorchain?
Yeah.
I think it's Thorchain, where they're trying to solve like supply chain issues. That's their goal. So their list of challenges is going to differ. Whereas the same for you. You basically going to need to outline the challenges you want to overcome and then find a blockchain that's going to allow you to do that. Or decide if you actually need a blockchain to solve those problems. Not everything needs to be or will be solved right now with blockchains. Technology is just not there yet. We still have a whole lot of time ahead of us before blockchains are going to be the go-to technology to solve problems. Because in some cases, it's going to create more problems than they're going to solve for you.
Like
Sometimes you
right
don't want to be decentralized. Decentralization might not be something helpful to you. Simple as that.
well, and honestly, that was my initial thought with what I'm doing. Like, I want something that I have and have complete control over as a Web 2.0 entity platform type situation before I ever, in other words, I want strength of community before I try to decentralize it, if that makes sense. It's almost like I want to make sure that there is a common sense of community, and then decentralizing it hopefully just empowers everybody to autonomously think as the community, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Versus a bunch of new outside entities join in the community, and like you said, you end up with a bunch of actors that you may or may not know what their intentions are.
Yeah. So I mean, so from what you said, it sounds like, blockchain technology is on the roadmap, but it's down the road.
No, for sure.
There's
Definitely a down the road.
so much more that needs to be done, and then you might get to a point where you don't want it to be, you end up saying, I don't want it to be decentralized. I want to delegate power, but it doesn't need to be decentralized in that sense. Because like the whole point of decentralization is to make it trustless. It makes it so you don't need to trust anybody participating in the network. But that also restricts the amount of power that somebody actually has.
And see, that's what the proof of viewing sounds so interesting from right off the jump, because like if the
And
whole
there's only
platform
And
eyeballs on the platform, it would just seem to make sense that a proof of viewing concept would literally just common sense.
And even with proof of viewing, you have node operators that validate the network. So you could run a full node on a laptop, whereas to participate in the proof of viewing, you only need a web browser or an app. You don't need all of.
Open it up for everyone.
It's the same to put it to an analogy. It's like everybody who holds even the smallest amount of Bitcoin is participating, strengthening, and helping decentralize the network. But not everybody runs a full node. People who run a full node are helping maintain to another level. They're helping maintain the network. But they don't necessarily have any more power than anybody who actually holds Bitcoin, because all of the node operators need to validate the blockchain and come to a consensus of a supermajority to mine the next block. They all have to come to that agreement before they move on to the next block.
I have never heard that until tonight. You've used the word a couple of times. You keep saying super majority. What the hell? What's super majority versus just a majority? What is a super majority?
So a majority is 51%.
Gotcha.
A super majority is pretty much anything over that, but I would say usually around like 75 to 80%.
Okay.
I want to say like Bitcoin is like 91%. So there has to be like a super majority consensus. Everybody agrees, and then they could mint that block.
All right. Okay.
Plus, it also takes time. So if, say a block is mined every 10 minutes, you only have so much time to validate blocks and come to an agreement. So sometimes it's just the fact that it can't happen that quickly. So if you needed too much, say if you wanted 100%, that might take a couple days to mine a 10-minute block. So
All right, I got a 101 question.
shoot.
What?
A 101 question.
A 101 question. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Shoot it.
Is it getting easier, and how fast is the progression of being able to onboard an entire account? Like, I put $100 up, and it seemed like
You could do it in less than 5 minutes.
my fucking life away.
Less
and
than
I
5
was
minutes.
going on.
Less than 5 minutes.
Can it be a click, click, click on a
Pretty
website
much.
front end, like PHP it and like program that shit? Fucking super, like one form and like done.
I mean, kind of. You could go to Swan Bitcoin, make an account, and buy Bitcoin within like 5 minutes.
Well, the process that I signed up.
He's talking about his onboard process for
The
MetaMask
faucet,
and then the
MetaMask.
faucet.
I mean, MetaMask is probably, I say less than 10 minutes. But
Yeah,
We
that's about right.
again, back to the, if you want it cheap and quick, it's not going to be secure.
No, don't want.
Or if you add another, like how much power do you have? If you buy, yeah, you can go onto Swan Bitcoin and pretty much buy Bitcoin without any information,
We have a
but you
million.
can't really do anything with it because you need to send it to a wallet or you need to connect it somehow to be able to process, make transactions and stuff like that. So I mean, like you can go and make a MetaMask wallet, like I said, probably less than 5 minutes if you're quick with the fingers.
What he was getting
And you
at,
could use Apple Pay.
we have this platform that has nothing to do with the blockchain yet. We end up with, say, 1 million members. And then
Yeah.
we're curious as to how fast we can take this group of probably what's going to be, we'll say, 18 to 35, at the high end, 18 to 28, but more like 18 to 35. How fast can you onboard that type of
First, they gotta be educated. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no shit, but
Process.
I'm just wondering, like, I think I have the answer to my own question because of how many people were able to sign up for like crypto.com and shit in one day. I mean, onboarding is not an issue with these platforms as far as blockchain goes. It seems like they all.
This was tricky.
I think so. From what your question would be, how easy would it be able to migrate?
Yeah, like how would you how does a migration of that size work?
That's really going to vary what you're trying to migrate, where it's at, and where you want it to end up.
Well, we're just curious. Honestly, it's like, okay, so you have this Facebook. They had 1 million people. Then they decide to offer, we'll call it Zuckcoin, and they wanted to offer it to the first 1 million people that joined Facebook. What we're wondering is, if all 1 million of those people accepted that onboarding process, like how fast and efficiently in other words, how long would that take?
Take your wallet up front.
In other words, if we sent somebody that link, would they all be able to? Obviously, this would have to do on the strength of the network and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, in theory, it would be no different than any other web platform.
I think the answer to your question would be, what's the incentive? If the incentive is there, the migration would take like a couple days to get a good majority of the people involved to migrate over. So yeah, so I mean, if it's kind of like when you sign up for, like, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go shop for some new shoes. You go to Zoomies, and Zoomy says, hey, put in your email, we'll send you a coupon. How likely would you be to buy new shoes if it's a 5% coupon versus a 50% coupon? The more value there is to interact with what you're offering, the quicker people are gonna, and more likely they are to onboard. Like, I have multiple like crypto accounts or like Acorns, where I signed up and I got a referral and I have $1 in my account. There's not really much of an incentive for me to try and get that $1 out of there. It's just $1. So there's nothing, like, it doesn't draw me in to want to use their platform
Do you guys
and
have
fully onboard.
18 to 28, 18 to 35-year-olds? Like, how many of them really what percent have a crypto account already?
I think.
Any idea?
Like where would you
what
find
are
that
we-
kind
what are
of
we
data
jumping
at? Is that, I mean, it's
Oh,
blocked.
you could find it. It's I mean, are you saying just US?
Start anywhere.
Well, I mean, so like South Korea, I think like 22% of their population has a crypto wallet.
So,
Hold on, what? Say that
Like,
again.
South Korea is like the highest percentage users in terms of crypto at like 22% or like 28%. And
Wow.
that's, I think worldwide we're at like 7%. I want to say the US is something like 14 maybe. And that's, I mean, it even just depends. Like, if you ask the question, have you ever purchased cryptocurrency? So there you go. What crypto ownership at, so 3.4%.
It even
That's 300. I
God.
mean, global is kind of weird because you got to figure that there's like 3 billion people that don't even have access to the internet.
hold on, man. I'm gonna ask a stupid question here, based on this graphic. When did Australia become Oceania?
I think it just groups in all of the major and minor islands because they're technically not Australia. And Oceania is the name of the continent that Australia sits on.
Gotcha.
I just learned something.
A lot of devs come from Australia.
Do they really?
Yeah, there's a lot of devs in Australia.
They're big in tech and medical. They're pretty up there.
Interesting.
So yeah, I mean there's a lot of variables there, but I think at the very basic is like, what's the value you're providing to migrate or onboard people to a new program, platform, get them a crypto wallet, have them use it for your DApp, whatever it may be, and is it necessary?
So what I hear you saying is if that motivating factor is in play big enough, they'll figure it out to be able to migrate over and sign up.
100%. And it's not difficult. It's just a matter of incentivizing someone to take 10 minutes.
It wasn't difficult. It was just complete fuckery. Like I looked like I felt like I was reading Braille signing up. You know what I mean? I just want like a quick PayPal, bam, bam, wham, bam, done.
I mean, that's your Coinbase, that's your Crypto.com, Gemini, Voyager. Like that's their aim, is to get people onboarded as quickly and easy as possible. Granted, that has some downsides. I think if that time comes, if you want to use MetaMask, the first thing you're going to want to do is do like a 2-minute video of like step by step of how to go through the process easily, what things mean, that education aspect, and making it simple, because most of it is.
They don't have one already in play.
Oh, that's what me and Eric.
I mean,
kept sending me these little videos, and we were watching them. They were like little 2-minute videos, like how to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if MetaMask does personally. I'm sure they do on their website, but that's YouTube, man. Everything is YouTube now. You want to learn how to do something? Go to YouTube, and there's 4,000 people who made a video on how to cut a pineapple doing a headstand with a paring knife.
Yeah, but there isn't very many showing you how to split a liquidity pair.
No, there's not.
I'll tell you that right now.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you could, dude, ask Eric. We've been through this with so many different platforms of like, me and him are on the phone for like 4 hours till 3 a.m, like trying to just send money to Wax to get Wax. Like that was such.
I got 256 Wax.
But back in the day, you couldn't even. No, it's a coin Wax. You couldn't even get it, and then now you can get it on freaking Crypto.com.
Yeah. So I mean, things change quick, but it's also like this space is still so new, and there's not that many people that go through kind of like the basics of the nitty gritty of discovering this whole new technological environment. There's a couple. There's I don't know his name, but there's a dude out of I want to say England, and he does that. He just like straight up walks you through step by step, click by click, why he's doing this, what these things mean. They're kind of dull, and they're not short, but they're very informative.
You talked me into it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, I got to get up in exactly 4 hours and 35 minutes. So I'm going to dip out of here.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We're going to wrap it up soon, too. Try to keep it at an hour.
I love the knowledge as always, guys. Love the knowledge.
Yeah, man, appreciate the questions.
Kick ass. Proof of fucking viewing.
Yeah. Well, that's on a Stanford level right now. They're the only ones doing it.
Well, it's on my screen over here.
There's a project called Veracity, and they also do proof of view.
And who's
Yep.
that?
Veracity's proof of view right here. Granted a U.S. patent.
Bam.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot more
All
homework
right,
for you.
gentlemen, I got to go down this rabbit hole for 30 minutes before I get 4 hours. Yay. All right. We'll see you for the next.
Take it easy,
Yeah.
man. Peace.
Late. All right. Yeah. Well, hey, we had a good live stream tonight. We had quite a few people join us. While you were talking, I was out there posting the links everywhere. So
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, that's I would even love that, just to like just get people on who have questions and just see what we could answer for them, and if we can't, then at least help guide into where to look and
yeah,
learn more
No, 'cause
ourselves.
he's got a platform already, and we're trying to figure out how to integrate. Because he has one where people have to log in, and it's automatically like churning a counter, kind of
Okay.
like Pi does. So we're trying to figure out how to integrate that into actually earning something, and then on like how to onboard that to create earnings, and then how to create. He wants to do some type of decentralized crypto and NFT project as well, because he has a pretty big following. He's a very well known and well respected person in the cannabis community.
Well, shit, man. See if you want another brain in the group. I'd love to contribute.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. We're all, what's the saying I like to say? Together we create value.
Yeah, and
So,
that's I love, man. I love being able to help any way I can. So and it sounds
yeah,
like a cool
no,
project, and I got ideas.
yeah, no,
I got
definitely.
knowledge
No,
and ideas.
no, and that's what we'll do is we'll just continue to brainstorm and think tank and document it, and then that way we can. If now, see, the good thing is he can go back on this video and rewind and go through everything we said.
Yeah.
And then that's the good part about it, because like there, he take his notes, but he can come back and go through and check it all out, and I can go back and like I love doing this. Like this is just, it's fun for me, like educating people and helping people. And we got Christian that came on, and I'm gonna try and help him get started with a drip account. Like look, Green Beer started with a couple of drip, he's up to 13 drip max payout already. Once this Animal Farm V2 launches, I mean, it's gonna go up. People are just waiting.
So apparently the timer went live, 48-hour countdown. So
Thursday then?
Thursday. I mean, that's he said it. I think Friday, or actually it might have been yesterday morning. No, it was definitely last week that he was like not doing. I'm not going to put another counter out there until we know we're going to launch. We're going to start the migration. So he said they started, or not the migration, the deployment of everything. So they started that yesterday morning to give ample time. And so, yeah, it should be Thursday again.
Well, let's hope everything goes well.
I mean, and it like just the thought of like bringing up like, oh, the EIP upgrade that was supposed to be live last June, and it's
Wear
still
Cytomask.
not live, and they're not, but like now they're pushed it back to the fall of this year, and it's like that's a year and a half delay for a
Yeah.
major upgrade for a layer one, massive layer one, like the biggest altcoin there is, and they had a year and a half delay, and
Yeah.
people are complaining about 2 months now. And it's like, I mean, I get it, it's frustrating, don't get me wrong, but it is what it is. Like if it's not ready, it's not ready. Like if the wheels on your car don't have enough air in them, it doesn't make sense to go speeding off. You just wait until they're the right pressure, and then you'll make it to your destination. No point in breaking down halfway and then waiting for a tow truck and a new tire and all that other kind of shit. Like, and there's the one saying I really like is like, it doesn't matter how fast you're going if you're going in the wrong direction.
That's a great one. I like that.
I
I'll
love
have to
that
steal
one.
that.
Dude, hey, I didn't make it up, so please keep it going. But I think about that of like, it doesn't matter how fast you go in the wrong direction because you're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
And
100%.
just like these projects, it's like it makes no sense to rush a deployment if the deployment's not going to work.
Yeah. You have to have
Like, if
every,
it's
safety protocol in place, and everybody's got to be on top of their game and
just
watching.
think about this. How long have we been waiting on the next Elder Scrolls game? They said in like 2017 they would start putting teasers out for it, and it's been in development. We still don't even have a trailer. We have nothing. It's been like 6 years.
Yeah, they're waiting for the metaverse too, I think.
Yeah. It's just all
They're
these
waiting
things.
for
It's like
Web3, yeah.
the patience, the short-term patience that we don't have, like, or that we do have. We don't have any like actual patience. Like that's why I try not to like watch a lot of short form content because it dulls down your attention span.
Well, TikTok, that's why we don't do it.
TikTok, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, like
YouTube Shorts now.
YouTube Short. And dude, Mr. Beast called that like years ago. He was like, dude, the next level of social entertainment, short form content. And wouldn't you know, like a year or two later, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, TikTok blew up, like, and it's not
Vine.
good.
Yep.
I mean, Vine wasn't short form though. It didn't have to be short form.
Yeah.
Like TikTok had to be short form, and now I think they allow 1 minute videos.
Or My Story.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Like that wasn't a thing 10 years ago. Even in social media, it just wasn't a thing. And then, even like commercials get shorter now. Now commercials are 10 seconds. They're not 15 to 25 seconds now. They're 10 seconds.
Yeah, they
Some
were
of them
30
are even
seconds back in the
5.
day. Yeah.
I just think about TV.
Yeah.
They used to be like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You'd have a couple commercials, but the commercial break was like 2 minutes. Now it's just everything. And you see it with these, that's like the starting point of Moon Boys.
Yeah.
Just, oh, when moon, where's my
Well,
money,
yeah,
where's my Lambo, where's my Lambo? And it's like, I just
short
bought the coin,
term-
where's my Lambo?
Yeah. Short-term mindset, short-term goals. That's all it is. Like,
We have short-term mindset, long-term goals.
yeah.
That's failure. If we had short-term mindset for short-term goals, that's success.
Short-term
don't.
mindset plus long-term goals equals wrecked.
Oh yeah, couldn't have said it better, brother.
Yeah, but we're gonna leave it at that. Finish up this show. We're gonna wrap it up here, and hit me up in my off air, and we can set up another day for another show.
Well, we got tomorrow. We got Crypto 101.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Crypto
Yeah.
101 tomorrow. So yep. If
So
you're
we're gonna
watching,
plan that out a bit.
yeah.
Unless you
I
got notes and ready,
I got a little bit of notes, but we'll shoot from the hip and just
Yeah, I'll make a couple notes. I'll make some notes tonight, and then let's convene tomorrow. Tomorrow
Yeah.
morning, I'll hit you up because I gotta take care of some shit around the house and
Well, I'll be
do
at
some
work.
laundry
Just
and
hit me
shit.
up. I can answer.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right, man. You have a good night, and thank you for
You
tuning
too.
in. Peace.